Welcome to another edition of the Recruiting Scoop, brought to you by Red Raider Outfitter, the fans' favorite since 1975. I'm Jared Johnson, and man, Texas Tech football recruiting has been terrific. I started the first part of a three-part series looking at the early enrollees signees for the 2023 class, and it's a big group. It's a really big group. That's one of the best things about it is that 11 high school guys enrolled, and they're on campus now, and they're going to be participating in spring ball, and then also 7 transfers, 5 of them scholarship, but all 7 of them figure to contribute in pretty soon. And I already talked about the transfers. So part 2 is going to be about the players on offense, the high school recruits on offense that are early enrollees. And let's start on the offensive line. That's been a real point of emphasis for Joey Maguire, and then for me covering both in recruiting and then just in terms of roster development, following how the offensive line did last year. And it's just been something that Joey Maguire, rightfully so, has really focused on in terms of he thinks in order for this program to take another step, they have to get better on the offensive line. And a couple of these guys that are already on campus are, offensive linemen, high school recruits. Starting with Kaden Carr from Lubbock Cooper. Big dude, 6'5", 305 pounds. I like to think of him as kind of a mauler. He picked Texas Tech over offers such as Houston, Oregon, and TCU. His older brother Tyler played several positions for Texas Tech, defensive end, tight end. I think he played some tackle as well, offensive tackle as well. Originally from the Amarillo area. I know he was Amarillo High. Kaden Carr was, but I really like. And this is a common theme with all the offensive linemen for the 2023 classes, his mean streak. He's strong, very good in the running game at the point of attack, but he finishes off blocks really well. So I really like Kaden Carr. It's really big to keep offensive lineman who was coveted like him in Lubbock, in West Texas. And then, up next, I want to talk about Daniel Sill, another offensive lineman. Might as well, keep it right there. Sill is originally from College Station, A&M Consolidated, so to get somebody out of College Station like that, 6'5", 275, and Joey Maguire has described him as a future NFL left tackle. So you got a tackle out of this group that you really feel good about. Now that's high praise. And Maguire, it never shies away from complimenting his players or his recruits, but I still don't think it's like embellishment. He's just like, this is what I really believe. I'm going to say that, and he's going to, he's articulate in when he. And the excitement, the enthusiasm when he's talking about his players is obvious. And he's really excited about Daniel Sill. What I like about him, this goes on with that nasty streak, is I've seen him on film on some of his highlights block guys literally out of the frame, out of the screen. Like he'll take his guy off the field. And then he'll go back on the field and look for guys downfield to block. So, that's the kind of mentality you want to see. He already has that in high school. Really good feet, which that's why, he projects as a tackle. And I think why Coach Maguire, said that about him, that, future NFL left tackle. So really nice pickup with Daniel Sill, and to have him in here early. The next offensive recruit who's already on campus, early enrollee I want to talk about is Jake Strong. I've talked about him a lot, and rightfully so, being the quarterback of the class. 6'2", 200 pounds. He looks much bigger than that, in person. Played a lot of snaps at Justin Northwest, highly productive, threw for like 6,600 yards, 81 touchdowns, and he ran for another 1,500 yards and 17 touchdowns during his prep career at Northwest. To me, he's a good runner. He can run for you. He's not like a Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson. There's not many of those guys out there, right? He's not necessarily a game breaker with his speed, but I think his speed is comparable to Tyler Shucks. So, which is good. Tyler Shook ran for over 100 yards in the bowl game, so that'll get it done for you. Really strong arm, really accurate. I love the deep ball he throws. Not afraid to throw it in tight coverage and complete it. Obviously, he's got a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio over the course of his career, so that's great. That's fantastic. He's going to probably start as the third. Open up his career as the third quarterback on the depth chart behind Shuck and Baron Morton, but I'm going to get to see a lot of him in spring ball this year, and no doubt I'll have a lot of coverage of that on video, but also in my written notes on Inside the Red Raiders. And then finally, the last offensive player is Willis, who, this is interesting. I say offensive player. He's from Wichita Falls Rider. Let's see. He's, about 6'6", 6'1", 205, 210 pounds. He looks like he could be a lot bigger. You know what I mean? Like he could put on some weight and carry it well. He was very productive. He ran for 1,600 yards and 26 touchdowns his junior year. But he also played defense. He had 12 sacks as a junior on defense as an edge rusher. So, when I watch his film, he's a great running back. Great high school running back. But I really like him as his potential as a pass rusher. So, and I've had talks with the staff about that. But they like him as a pass rusher as well. But they also really like him as a running back. And they wanted some youth injected in the running back. Jamari Davis, who's going to come later, I think in the summer, is another running back they like. And interestingly enough, an athlete who can play. He's a good safety. He can play defense. But Willis so did Jake Strong. Both of them had pretty significant injuries that cost them some time their senior year, but were able to come back and play later in the season. I confirmed with Coach Maguire that Willis should be 100% ready to go in spring ball, and I'll be interested to see what he provides to that running back room, which is it's pretty loaded at this point. You got everybody coming back but Sir Roderick, and then you're adding Willis and Jamari Davis to it. So it's pretty exciting to have that stable of running backs moving forward, and it'd just be fun to see how quickly Willis gets acclimated, because I think he's going to get a lot of reps in spring, like a lot of the young guys, when the older guys are still resting from a pretty long season. But that's the offensive haul in terms of high school recruits for early enrollees. Already talked about the transfers, which you can find on Inside the Red Raiders and on YouTube, and then up finally closing this little thing out with the part 3 will be the 7 defensive players who are early enrollees already on campus going to participate in spring ball and already developing. So really exciting stuff for Texas Tech football. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, and until next time.